Reverend Peter Kelly from First Presbyterian Church, Southold, New York, Presbyterian of Long Island, and we're joined up here with our friends from United Presbyterian Church in New Kensington here at the Pilgrimage. And we spent a week together, bouncing into each other, bouncing off of each other, coming and going. And one thing I gotta say is the UPC New Ken youth group are stellar. Every interaction, the boys, yes sir, no sir, they're amazing. They're so respectful, so quiet, especially when they go to bed. It's just, they're like little angels. And their alarm clocks on their iPhones and their devices, they play hymns when they wake up. It's amazing. I wish they were like my youth group. My youth group is nothing like them. They've been a great example. Every one of them. You should be proud.
Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity.
Why I like DC Kitchen was because we did like a lot of cutting bread for the homeless, for the salads and croutons and stuff. And we also took out trash for them. Took out trash, and then we also cooked pancakes for the next day for breakfast.
Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach.
I don't know if some of them are just volunteers or some of them are even like trying to get through homelessness themselves, but they make like lunches, dinners, and I think breakfasts for homeless people or people like just in need in the community, and you just leave with a positive attitude.
Pass me by, I swear I never thought that I was wrong. Well, I want a second glance, so give me a second chance to see the way you've seen the people all along. Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the broken hearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Lord, give me your eyes so I can see. Squirrel.
The most challenging thing for me was going to Thrive, which is a food distribution area. They have breakfast for everybody in the morning. They have dinner for just women in the evening hours. They also have movie times. They give them telephones. They do help with jobs. But the most challenging part was preparing all that food in the morning. We weren't preparing it for that day. We were preparing it for days to come.
To Thrive, I took down names and I talked to some people, and this one lady, she asked me to take a picture of her, so I took a picture of her with a hood on. Made me really happy.
Being out there and face to face with the homeless was a bit of a challenge. It's not something you're used to.
Squirrel!
I wish I was strong enough to lift not one, but both of us.
At Wider Circle, they collect donations of different furnishings and household items. Like, let's say you have a sofa that you're not using anymore. They'll come and pick it up, or you can drop it off, stuff like that. And all of that stuff then goes to people that have recently acquired a home or have a home and for some reason or another cannot afford or have special circumstances or such and really can't get new furniture. There's a downstairs floor and an upstairs floor. The upstairs floor is like a showroom kind of thing, so where the customers would come and they would have design their own house and have their layout, and then they would have the dignity of going and picking out what they wanted, what pieces they wanted of furniture in their house. We sort the stuff downstairs, which is like an overflow for stuff that they want to bring upstairs. We unpack trucks, which bring different donations in, and we help people pack up their vehicles so they can take their new furnishings home.
Someday I will be strong enough to lift not one, but both of us.
Squirrel!
Charles Place. The director there, his name was Paul. So basically he feeds them, clothes them, and gives them the things that they need. And what was so inspiring to me about Paul was that he's a man, as he said, as he told us, has had many troubles throughout his life. And he really put his heart out there when he was telling us about how he'd done so many wrong things in life, and that one of the things that he knew he needed to do was at least help those that are homeless and such, because he at one time was homeless, and that he became homeless through substance abuse, and he felt like he needed to do this because this was the only way for him to redeem himself. Even though he's a man who has a diseased kidney and he's dying, and even though he doesn't take his medicine like he should, he still gets up 5 o'clock in the morning and goes to his job because he truly believes in it.
Squirrel!
Dreaming about Providence.
Street tents. It's a job that homeless people do to make money, and the money that they profit from, they get to keep to help them.
Well, the hardest thing was when we went to, did street scents, and I felt ignored, and like people would look at me and then just not even see me. So I felt like I was worthless, and I didn't belong, like standing on a street corner. I didn't feel like I belonged there. I feel like I was in their way.
A lot of the people reacted very negatively to the work and the ministry that we were trying to promote. And as many of you know, I'm a very violent person. So having people react to me that way really made me lose my composure a couple of times. but I challenged myself by keeping in my character and trying my very best.
You really got to feel how a homeless person would. Like, everybody just walks by you and they don't think of you as a person. Like, they just think of you as something in their way of where they're going. You should treat everybody as a person, nothing less than that. I mean, if God died for everybody for their sins on the cross, then nobody's different from anybody else. So nobody deserves to be ignored.
Sometimes it feels like I'm watching from the outside. Sometimes it feels like I'm breathing, but am I alive? I won't keep searching for answers that aren't here to find. All I know is I'm not home yet. This is not where I blessed assurance holding me. All I know is I'm not home yet. This is not where I belong. Take this world and give me Jesus. This is not where I
Probably the things I enjoyed most were several of the food ministries that kind of reminded me of some of the food things we do at the United Presbyterian Church, and ways in which you break barriers when you sit down with someone who's different. You learn their name, you spend time with them, and then somehow in that conversation, somehow in that time spent together in the learning of names, you kind of expose your life to someone different. They expose their life to you, and you break bread together. And you somehow find that in all that, Christ is somehow present, and the kingdom of God sort of emerges from that. And to me, that's exciting. That's why we do these mission trips in many ways, to learn and to equip us for when we return to do ministry in a similar way where we live in New Kensington.
All I know is I'm not home yet. This is not where I and agency. I have this blessed assurance holding me.
Excuse me. I'll edit it out. Just keep going.